Despite significant advancements, why is identity security still a top concern?
Well, identity security has to be a top concern as far as cybersecurity goes. And essentially, what is a security breach all about? It's about an identity gaining unauthorized access to a data element and doing, mischievous activities, performing mischievous activities on that data set or in an environment. But for the first point of entry for any hacker or bad actor to invoke a breach would be gaining access to a set of credentials within that organization. Now, there's a number of ways that that can be done, and without going into those details of what types of credential breaches do we see these days, let's dive into the fact that, okay, why then is, just to expand on the statement I made that identity is of core importance for any breach to take place, and you lose access to your credentials, then you're done with. And if you see the increasing advent of for different types of identities today. So essentially earlier it was workforce identities, then came your external identities or third party identities, the B2Cs of the world. You also have your B2Bs as well, where you have your vendors, partners, whoever that that are accessing your systems. Then how do you keep track of those accesses of someone leaving that organization still having access to you, or whoever has access to that third party organization, right? I mean, if a breach in that organization could very well mean a breach in your systems too. So, with the expanse of the realm of or the perimeter of how far an identity can reach, as well as the type of identity, right? It's no more just human or system accounts or shared accounts, but it's also machine identities. Now, if you look at the whole AI equation that is coming to fore very quickly, right? If you consider AI, so what kind of an identity identifier would an AI platform have, and how do you track what the activities does the AI platform perform within your environment or within itself? For that simple reason, would you qualify? As far as I'm concerned, I see the AI an AI application agent or what have you be nothing else but obviously similar to a human identity, right? I mean, it's not human as such, but it is going to be capable in days to come to perform every action that a human could perform. So the same set of policies, very basically and foundationally, that apply to your human identities or system identities should also apply to AI. Now, if you don't agree with that statement, then feel free to write it in the comment section or when this video gets posted. But that becomes of prime importance, right? To simplify, how do you manage identities and credentials for AI-driven actions? Now, if you consider them to be human identities, then the same set of entitlements, roles, rules, and the logic that you have and the policies as well, even in the enterprise world, the HR policies, what have you, right? Should apply to them, and that becomes significant when, as an authoritative source of those identities. Who knows? Tomorrow, an AI agent would need to be registered in the system, some source of authority, like an HR or a beehive for contractors, where you say, okay, now this is an identified persona that can now do things to my environment. So with all of this realm expanding and expanding so fast, how do you keep track of everything that's taking part in your universe of technologies or information technologies, cyber technologies, or call it what one of these analyst firms want to call it tomorrow? Huh. But that's by identifying a credential or an identifier for that matter for each of those that expanded universe, right? Devices, people, non-human, human, system accounts. So essentially, that's the number one reason that credentials will not go out of date, or identity management will not go out of date, and the access that they perform will not go out of date.